How's it going? I hope you guys missed us last week, or if you didn't, then damn it, I don't know why you didn't. Last week, things happen, life, as you guys might understand. And we'll try to keep everything on track for now on, obviously. And yeah, next week, we'll have some nice kill leaders and all that again, and then we'll do it for the last week of the season. I just want to throw this all in the intro now before I start and forget it. But with that being said, welcome to the Week 6 review and Week 7 preview. I am your commissioner and coach of, Incog, and this is Tori, my other commissioner. Gosh darn it, I don't know why you said that. But this week was kind of interesting. A lot of 3-0s, 4-0, and then a 2-0 in there as well. But let us get started with this. So, the first game of the week, Eagleville versus the Rochester Wreckbags, and Eagleville taking that 2-0 victory over Rochester, bringing the Hydreigon, Malamar, Drapion, Incineroar, Umbreon, and Mega Sableye. Rochester bringing the Alolan Golem, Galvantula, Heliolisk, Mega Ampharos, Zapdos, and Alolan Raichu. Good Lord have mercy, this was a game that went back and forth, and I really like those kind of games. Nothing that stalls too long, nothing that goes too long for no reason, which we'll get to in a minute about a certain game, but nothing that really went too long and didn't stall for too long. Obviously, Eagle getting that nice victory, having that Malamar alive for as long as he had it alive for, and also having, I think, Light Screen on Malamar, I believe, or on something else, was really crucial to how Malamar could have just easily gotten one hit or two hit KO'd by Zapdos' Signal Beam, only it could take up to 3 hits with the Light Screen up, which was really good on Jaden's part. Having that nice, I believe, Scarf Hydreigon as well is actually very crucial, I believe. Even if it wasn't Scarf, still, I think it was either Scarf or Z-move. Either way, Hydreigon still played a good part in this. I want to give Rochester a really good congratulations, not for winning or anything like that, but just the amount of bullshit that this coach runs. Charlotte has clearly shown that this team is nothing to mess with and definitely has options. Agility Mega Ampharos, Scarfed Golem, a lot of dumb shit. Even Terrain Extender Heliolisk. You wouldn't even believe it, but that kind of shit happened. And I really liked it. Didn't really get to see Raichu abuse the terrain though. Feels Popplio. But otherwise, congratulations to Eagleville on their 2-0 victory. Moving up to 3-3, while Rochester unfortunately moves down to 1-5. Next match, and the match I like to call the match of the week, because you know me, I'm Avery, is the SubZero Cynicals beating the Jojo takes out a 3-0 victory. Oh yes, this game was definitely one to watch and one to look out for. SubZero bringing the Haxers, knocking it down Zygar 50%, Kyurem Black, Goodra, and Mega Garchomp, while Jojo bringing the Mega Banette, Jellicent, Mimikyu, Dusclops, Bucephalon, and Frostlass. Good Lord have mercy. This match was basically just kind of not really back and forth at first, and then once the Haxers came out and got burned and started setting up, it was a wrap, and I ain't talking about no burrito. Believe me, this is a match to really pay attention to. If we're talking about this objectively and not including my name or anything, the way SubZero went around and got burned by Dusclops, realizing that, setting up those getting up to +2 was definitely very crucial in outspeeding certain Scarf ones like a Bucephalon or even a Frostlass was definitely crucial, and having Mode Breaker definitely solidified the victory in their favor to kill something like Mimikyu. And with that, making sure that you got rocks up, so potential sash is really good. Gauging damage with Goodra and then switching out was really good. Kyurem Black, I don't think really played too much of a part. I don't even think it came. I think it came out a few times, but not really. Naganadel, getting crit was unfortunate at first, was definitely a really good sweeping tool, but in the end we saw Haxorus really provide what it has to do, and you don't really see those kind of Pokemon appear, some underdogs of the format. I wouldn't call Haxorus a underdog, but I definitely would think it is a exceptional mon, but in the face of other mons like Naganadel, Zygar 50%, and even Mega Garchomp and Kyurem Black, you don't really expect Haxorus to really win a game. And it's really unfortunate because Jojo did also say that, hey, if he had brought in Frostlass early before, Haxorus got out of control, this could have been an easy match and, Frostlass could have killed Haxorus, but after the +2, it was a wrap. So congratulations to SubZero on their win versus the Jojo Drilltics, and keeping up that win streak, as we all know. Now we move on to another match, which was Baltimore versus Twinleaf. Good Lord have mercy. You know, this is one of those kind of matches where you sit there, you say type advantage matters, right? And then you look back at it and then you see what happens and you're just like, type advantage means shit. And I keep saying that. People keep saying, oh, I'm going to lose to this type because it automatically beats me. And then bibbity boppity boop, this happens. Just like the Psychic and the Dark type last week, and even the Fairy and Steel type last week as well. Baltimore bringing the Volcarona, Scolipede, Yon, Mega Combi, or Armaldo, and Mega Scissor Wall. Twinleaf brings the Landorus Therian, the Celestia, Dragonite, Tornadus Therian, Halucha, and Mega Charizard Y. Basically, this just... Once Volcarona came in and we saw the Leech Seed from Celesteela as it decided to Quiver Dance, it was just over. Now, I like to preface and say if the Celesteela had a Rock-type move, like maybe Rock Slide I believe it gets, it could have easily dealt with this threat in a hit. But we didn't see that. We didn't see any of that. And it's unfortunate. You know, I thought this was going to be a really, you know, either a really, like, close game or even a really easy game for Twinleaf. But unfortunately, you know, things happen. I haven't asked you for your opinion yet, Tori. I'm very sorry. How'd you feel about this game?
It was kind of disappointing to watch, honestly. I mean, watching the setup and Twinleaf didn't even like try to hit the Volcarona. I mean, I understand it's like the first turn the Volcarona was in. It's like it was a toss-up between risking, you know, taking a, you know, fire move to the face, or, you know, like predicting a setup. But it's like Volcarona, it's like tends to, you know, bring Quiver Dance to the party, so, you know, expecting that, you know, and being able to, you know, deal with that should have been definitely on Twinleaf's mind. But yeah. And Baltimore was able to get it set up, like was able to take advantage of, I guess, Twinleaf's lapse of judgment, I guess, and was able to, you know, get up to, you know, +2/+2/+2, and then just, you know, get out the broom, do a little sweeping.
Yeah, it was definitely a game that, wowee, this definitely ended in the weirdest way possible, I'll say, because I wasn't expecting this. But congratulations to Tep, regardless, getting that nice 4 victory over the Twinleaf Teddy Ursas. Both teams getting to the records of 2-4, and let's just move on from there.
Oh, yeah.
Tori, it is your turn. Take it away.
Yes, GalShields, Galavant getting the 3-0 victory against the Nova Neuburns. GalShields bringing the Excadrill, Mamoswine, Garchomp, Mega Camprupt, Hippowdon, and Nidoking. Nova bringing the Blissey, Mega Pidgeot, Porygon 2, Silvally. I think it was Water this time. Beware, and that's Cinccino? Got it. Alright, so definitely this was an interesting game to watch. It was definitely like very close. Both teams definitely had, you know, their gimmicks to battle around each other. A lot of like switching and just dancing around. But it's definitely the end game, like the last couple of turns, that caused this final result. And I think in the end, King had admitted he didn't really know which moves like would cause the most damage on the Excadrill, which had gotten to set up to +4 in front of the Blissey, which was definitely, you know, that fucking Excadrill. It's at what, like 20-some kills?
It's at 17-0.
Yeah,
it has the kill leader established, but we'll talk about that next week, depending on how it goes.
Oh yes, and yeah, Mega Pidgeot instead of Heat Waving, which probably would have killed.
It probably would have killed it, yeah.
Use HP Grass, which was not even close to being effective because, you know,
it's neutral.
Steel type, since it's neutral, and you know, even Hurricane I think would have done more damage to it.
Hurricane's not very effective, sweetie.
Oh, it isn't? Because
of steel typing, yeah. It's neutral and ground,
right.
But then, yeah.
Yeah, but okay, I think that was actually mentioned, like, earlier. Yeah, like Hurricane to get more damage off of other mons. But yeah, I mean, Excadrill, once it was able to set up to +4 in front of Blissey, I mean, Blissey definitely tried its best, but yeah, GalShields was able to get the setup and just, you know, mop the floor with Nova. But yeah.
Yeah, this, I'm just going to add this little tidbit. Someone needs to kill Excadrill. That's all I'm going to say. Somebody needs to beat this team, basically. because good Lord have mercy, letting it set up and not knowing whether or not Heat Wave or Hidden Power Grass is better, I have to say this much: you're dealing with a base 90 super effective, and even if Hidden Power Grass was super effective, that's base 60. You have to take it at face value here. Even if you're not making good decisions, you have to take it at face value. One's going to obviously do more damage than the other, and you have no guard. It's a mistake, but at the same time, it's a pretty bad mistake. That's all I'm going to say on that. Obviously, Galashiels still would have won. You know, there's a Garchomp. It was either grass or ice. I don't really know. If it was HP Ice, then easily Garchomp would have gotten blown away unless it had a Yachi Berry. But we're not talking about logistics here. I'm just saying this could have ended in one of two ways and ended in the second way, unfortunately. But you know what? You live and you learn. Like we said, congratulations to Galashiels. Next match, as I mentioned at the beginning, like I said, I like quick matches. But this has to go down as a match that I somehow don't understand why it went so long. Tori?
Oh, yes. Yep, Garden City getting the 3-0 against Team Free Slurpees. Garden City bringing the Tyranitar, Rhyperior, Marcargo, Lycanroc Midday, Terrakion, and Tyrantrum. Slurpees bringing the Honedge, the Skarmory.
That's Doublade, sweetie.
Doublade? What?
Yeah, you said you had Honedge.
Really? Oh, whoops. Close enough. Alolan Dugtrio, Ferrothorn, and Heatran, and Magneton. So, yeah, this game first started off with just, you know, Blue getting screwed with the first a Power Whip miss from Ferrothorn, and then Weakness Policy Rhyperior, just running through the first two Pokemon, I believe, on Slurpee's team. It was just basically on Gardens, like all in Garden City. And then Blue brought in the Skarmory. And God. So he was able to get up 2 sets of spikes and just Whirlwind, Rocky Helmets to get chip damage and use Roost to just stay alive. He's able to get the differential down a little bit on his side, but eventually Garden City was able to put an end to that. I mean, it was unfortunate that Garden City had to let it happen for so long, but, you know, gimmicks. Got to be ready for those gimmicks.
Yeah, if Blue had played it a little bit better, at least had an attacking move on Skarmory, or just played this battle better, the hazard stacking would have worked out in his favor, and Doublade and whatever else he could have kept alive would have done better here. It's unfortunate, though, that things ended the way they did. Skarmory being an annoying bitch, and that overall just angered me and Tori to no end. But he could have still won despite being annoying. But the power miss at the beginning, which obviously, which you guys got to see afterwards, after, you know, Ferrothorn died and got hit by, I think, Flash Cannon by Magneton or something, or I think Heatran. It had weakness policy. So even then, the Ferrothorn hitting the Power Whip would have activated that, and then we would have saw maybe something else come in and then try to kill it. Would have been good and dandy. But that's the point. This could have gone many ways, but Blue's luck has just been terrible this season. Little congratulations to Panthers on its real victory. And then we move on, obviously, to... Unfortunately, the Essex Astros have to take a forfeit victory over the Orange Ink Octillery. We don't know what's going on with the Culture Orange Ink right now, so we're hoping and praying that nothing bad's going on. But had to forfeit this week. It's unfortunate, but, you know, things come up, life happens, you know. Hopefully, he's alright, and, you know, you'll get through it, whatever it is. But now we move on to our predictions, which we both predicted the same teams to win, and we only lost out on Jojo and Twinleaf, going for a nice 4-2 record. I am 22-14, and Tori is 20-16, and this week we didn't pick all the same teams, so look out for that.
Oh yes.
Moving on, though, we get to the standings, and if you didn't notice through the slideshow, GalShields got themselves a new logo. Yes. That logo up there, really nice. I know. They're number 1, 6-0, plus 16. Essex at 5-1, plus 11. Jojo at 4-2, plus 13. Garden City at 4-2, plus 3. Now, here's where all the weird shit happens. Orange Ink is on top of Eagleville and SubZero, obviously, because they beat those two teams. And if they didn't, well, they'd be lower, obviously. They're at 3-3 plus or minus 0. Eagleville is only on top of SubZero solely because they're playing this week, so I consider them tied. And SubZero is only above Nova because the differential between the +3 and the -4 is greater than 6. It's actually 7 if you can count. So SubZero gets, obviously, despite having the tiebreaker not in their favor, above Nova, which is also why they're above, Twinleaf as well. But moving on, we get to, obviously Nova at 3-3 -4, and obviously I said SubZero, they're 3-3 +3. And after Nova, we have the bottom 4 teams. Baltimore making their rise with the 2-4 -6, while Twinleaf is just going down in a 4-game losing streak, 2-4 -6. Rochester at 1-5 -13, could go to 2-5, we'll see. And -13, and Team Free Slurpees still at the bottom, trying to look for that nice victory, at least one this season, 0-6 -20. But before we get to what we would love to talk about as the preview, let's get to some transactions. While we have, obviously, the Garden City Golems switching out their Precious Cradley for Carcosta, obviously. And we also have the last trade of the Galashiels, Galavant, the Rhydon is actually taking the L and going back to free agency, while Flygon comes off the bench, back at it again, being the Fantastic Dragon type. So Galashiels runs out of all their trades, and they'll probably get some next, if they make it the playoffs. But we're going to talk about that too a little bit, and we'll talk about it more next week depending on the result of the next game is. But let's move on to our preview, aka predictions. Baltimore versus Orange Ink. Baltimore with the 2-4 record and Orange Ink with the 3-3. Baltimore, we have picked them to win. Now, you have to understand, even Orange Ink didn't play this week, I'd still pick Baltimore in this favor unless Orange Ink had played really, really ridiculously well and won. The reason being is that there are too many Pokemon on Baltimore's team that can go through this team a little bit. Mega Scissor with some setup can obviously do a lot, especially if Tapu Koko is on, yeah. Even Volcarona can do a lot to attackers that can obviously get under Mega Scissor's skin, like Mega Mawile. And among other things, there's such a nice team, even with Sticky Web's user like Araquanid, and even bringing something, maybe bringing Rabombi, maybe even bringing Fortress to this match, is really good this week too. Overall, I think that Baltimore has been playing better than Orange Ink. Maybe not record-wise, there are definitely losses that Baltimore definitely could have avoided. But Orange Ink, if you play this week, this could be a really good week to show some redemption in yourself and actually do some hard work and actually put in the 120% and actually take down Baltimore. But we're both picking Baltimore. Tori, do you have any comments about why you're picking Baltimore?
Not really. I just think, I think Tep has been showing a bit more potential. I think he has more opportunities for just a killer setup, and yeah, he has a lot of different ways to take apart a team. But now we move on. I'm sorry if you guys saw me accidentally press an arrow key and then go back. I'm sorry about that. Tori didn't, because Tori is open on her screen, but yeah, my fault for that. But moving on, we have Essex versus Twinleaf. We're both picking Essex. I don't really think we have to really discuss why we're picking Essex, but let's dive into the realistic reasons, right? Essex has been a great overall team, only losing week 1 to Galashiels, and terrible loss, of course, and then just cruising 5 wins in a row and just playing their hearts out. Now, this obviously could be a really, really good game for Twinleaf to bounce back. You have a Honchkrow, you have a Celesteela, you have a Togekiss, you have a lot of Pokemon that can do a lot of work. The only issue I see is that Twinleaf does not have their head in the game. They clearly are not interested in winning right now. It's just there. It's just science. It's logical. If they could pull out a victory somehow, I'd be more impressed, and it'd be overwhelming to me. Overall, Essex has the better team, has the better Pokemon for setup, and overall destruction of Twinleaf's whole entire team. You could bring something with Cobra Berry, Cobra Berry for something like Honchkrow to come into this match, and then just go from there. Though Honchkrow is probably going to be brought this match, so it could be a very, very crucial
thing to do. You know, beat that Pokemon specifically and beat other Pokemon too. I don't doubt that Twinleaf's gonna bring some sort of crazy strategy to this match. Oh, believe me, I'm not a contrarian. But I do know how this match could easily play out. But Twinleaf, surprise me. I'm being serious here. Surprise me. This could be your match to redeem yourself and come back from losing 4 straight and get another victory. But I don't know yet. We'll see. Tori?
Yeah, that's basically my same thought. I think Essex has the tools and the skill to take this battle handedly. I think Twinleaf, yeah, definitely needs to get set in the game. Hopefully puts up a good fight, but I think Essex is going to take it.
Yep. The Essex SubZeros have been a very strong team, and definitely, you know, losing the Galashiels, you know, obviously as they're the #1 team now, definitely sent a message to the coach and said, you know what, I need to start winning before things get worse. So, and even beat the Dark type. Like, what Psychic type person do you know is going to beat the Dark type with confidence? I don't know. But moving on, we have the Garden City Golems versus the Nova Noiverans. This was kind of hard for me to pick, but then I solidified my position through a few things. Garden City has been playing really well, and they're only having 2 losses and beating teams that obviously could definitely handle them, like Team Free Slurpees and even other teams. It was definitely very telling to me. However, this could go in King's favor, but here's why it won't. Garden City has been showing a lot of signs of improvement, even getting rid of Cradley for Carcosa, which could be a very good thing here. Getting rid of that Diggersby first is going to be the very first thing Garden City needs to start worrying about, besides obviously a Valley typing, Beware using a Z move, and even Mega Pidgeot becoming an issue, though I don't think it's coming to this match. Obviously we have to unpack this, you know. It is a very, very good team. The normal typing can't even use its stab against the rock typing. So this is very easy for Garden City to plan around because you're not expecting stab. However, like I mentioned, Beware, it's a Valley typing, Diggersby, and then also Mega Pidgeot could also be really threatening Mons. Given how good Garden City has been planning, I believe in this team again. Yes, Pantros, I believe in you. That means you need to do something with it and not fail me, because I really hate people who fail me. But on the other hand, you have to be careful of King's Mons. He could easily bring Cincino. He could easily bring some weird Snorlax. He could do a lot of dumb things this match and beat you. But King, even with his ironic saying of don't believe in me, or unironic I should say, of don't believe in me kind of mentality, you could definitely believe in him this week and he could definitely prove you right. But this time, Pantros, you've proven me right for I think 2 straight weeks. Do it again. I want to see you do it. Tori?
Yeah, that's basically my same thought. I mean, I think looking at the 2 battles last week gave me a hint into Garden City's ability around stuff and being able to, just being able to improvise, you know, work on their feet, especially in the face of something they may not have expected. And I think Garden City has definitely a lot of tools on their tool belt to deal with Nova. I just think they have to definitely be careful with, you know, predicting what sort of coverage moves Nova could bring to the table to, you know, change things up a little bit.
Of course, of course. And now we move on to the next match. The match I would call the match of the week, because these are 2 teams, 3-3, +3 differential. Game of the week, kind of. I would say kind of, because the next game we're going to be talking about also could be considered the game of the week. But Tori, take it away.
Oh yes. So obviously I picked SubZero to win over Eagleville. While Jaden is my boy, SubZero is my man.
It's stupid. God damn it.
I think SubZero definitely has a lot of power behind their team. I think it'll be definitely a close match because Jaden has definitely both the battling skill and has options to bring the hurt on SubZero's team, such as Protean Greninja, Hydreigon, could bring a contrary Malamar. I don't know, some bullshit like that. I think Incineroar gets Outrage. That's one Pokemon we know for a fact that gets Outrage. But I still think that SubZero has shown battling prowess in the past weeks, especially against Dark last week, but we need to see now how he is against actual Dark types. Get it? Dark. But, anyway. So yeah, I think SubZero just needs to keep his head and not overthink, but I think in the end, I think SubZero is going to take it.
Bad jokes aside, I definitely think that Eagleville is going to take this match. You have a Scarf, Hydreigon, Potential, Protean, Greninja, also having Outrage on something like Incineroar, and obviously this team is a very potent team Eagleville has. SubZero definitely can win this match. From an objective standpoint, it's a very simple match to win if you can get Pokemon set up correctly. However, given how this team has been playing, it could get to the coach's head about, oh, I need to do this specific strategy, and then that specific strategy fails, is where we're going to see things really flop. Obviously, it's not going to happen all at once, but it can definitely still happen. Of course, Jaden has been showing some good battling prowess over these few weeks and can definitely do something crazy this week. And maybe Hazards will help. I don't know. I'm not going to tell you Hazards are going to help, because if I tell you that from an objective standpoint, this is still me. So bringing Hazards against me is not a good decision. I'm going to keep it real with you, Chief. But from an objective standpoint, maybe it'll help. I don't know. I don't want to mention something you might do. But still, to the point, Eagleville definitely has the team and the Pokemon to beat this team. And definitely SubZero needs to watch out if they want to potentially win and continue their win streak. And if they continue the win streak, they could easily end up in playoffs and end up in a really good position. But this could be a pivotal game in that conversation. Who knows? But, Jaden, I'm believing in you since Tori isn't. Moving on, though, we have to talk about the Galashiels Galvantulus fighting the Jojo Joltics, who were previously undefeated for a long time, and then, obviously 4-2 now. So basically, I'd still consider this the epic battle of the ages, one of those kind of battles where you sit there and like, damn. This is going to really be good. Just like Essex versus Jojo. Just like Essex versus Galashiels at the beginning, Really good games. But before Tori starts to talk about why we've picked Galashiels, I want to say, if the magic number today is 7, why is it 7? If Galashiels win, they clinch for playoffs. Yes, this is true. Because they have won 6 straight games, 7 is their lucky number. And once they do that, they can go 7-4 and still be in playoffs. Not really falling out of the 8, but still within the 8, of course. Which, sounds stupid for me saying it both ways, but keep in mind, some people aren't as bright. But yes, 7 wins is definitely the nail for them to make it. 7 losses, which we'll get to in a little bit, is definitely the killer for the other team we're going to talk about later. But yeah, for the other teams, though, it'll definitely be 7 or 6, depending on what we're looking at. But we'll talk about that more next week. But Tori, tell everybody why you picked Galashiels.
Oh, yes. I think GalShields has been doing very well. Definitely knows how to sacrifice Mons when he needs to, knows how to pivot, especially when trying to keep sand up, because that's definitely been helpful to have any Sandstream Mons. And then they have the unkillable exit drill on their side that's just been wreaking havoc for the past 6 weeks. Basically, GalShields, if they play this right, can have a field day. While they have to be careful with stuff, there's Jellicent and Frostlass. GalShields is undefeated for a reason. They'll obviously bring solutions to whatever problems, but to most problems that Jojo can bring to the table. While Jojo's definitely a formidable opponent, as they are 4-2 for a reason, GalShields had that certain something that's been getting them this far, and I don't think GalShields is going to let the chance of clinching playoff berth, slip away all that easily.
Of course. You see, even if they don't win, there's a lot that is there's not a lot on the line here. There's no other team that is catching up to them besides Essex, who obviously lost to them early in the season. And definitely, if differential comes up, Essex can obviously jump Galashiels, but they really want this playoff berth. To me personally, Jojo is falling down the slope of just L's and just not playing well, not really focused. Obviously, Jojo can easily win this game. You pack a little nice weakness policy special agent slash you with autotomize. This team just evaporates. You know what I'm talking about? And Excadrill, once it's dead, if it dies, mind you, this team perishes. If they don't bring Excadrill, this team perishes. If I see a week where you guys don't bring Excadrill, I'll give you guys more credit than you already have. But you've brought it every week. It has been a pivotal mon, and we all know it. It's going to be brought again. It's going to be brought every week. It's a thing that everybody has to mentally prep for. And I think that Jojo, despite me not picking them, is going to keep this to a close game or a victory. I'm just keeping it real with you. Excadrills are really potent mon, and I love it to death. But it's a mon that's been brought every week. I'm expecting it to get a lot of kills and be the kill leader forever. I'm not doubting or blaming you for bringing it every week. I'm just saying it is a mon that you cannot win without. And with that being said, Galashields, you guys keep impressing me. Win this week. I know you will. But if you can do without Excadrill, I'll be more impressed. Anywho, see, I'm making them think. I'll make them think, and then something happens and they lose, and I'm right. Watch. I'm very good. Anywho, we move on to the last game. Like I had mentioned, with 7 wins, also comes 7 losses. If Blue loses this week, unfortunately, he'll be out of playoff contention. It's unfortunate, but I haven't seen anyone lose this many games in a long time. So, lose that too. Or just lose just straight games, just out of it. But, for you Slurpees, Rochester, Tori, for some reason you decided to pick Team for you Slurpees. Can you tell the audience why?
Yes. So I'm giving Slurpees another chance. Slurpees got kind of close last week. Kind of, sort of.
No.
Kind of.
No.
You brought unpredictable gimmicks to a party.
No.
Didn't quite get it right, but I think that Slurpees, if they practice enough, I think, and prepare enough, I think there's a chance. Get up hazards early. Calc stuff. Be ready to have for Pokemon that will have coverage moves that are super effective against Steel, obviously. Just do this for me, Blue. Please. I'm begging you.
Blue, you have Tori begging you to win, but obviously I'm gonna sit here and pray. Not for your demise, but I'm gonna sit here and watch in awe if you lose. And I'm gonna clown Tori if you lose. Because that's what I do. I'm a great boyfriend. Obviously, But, despite all the shit I can give Tori for picking you, despite all of that, you still have a chance to win here. Why? You have a Magirni, you have a Jirachi, you have a Stack Attacker. You still haven't fucking brought Bronzong, and I don't know why. This could be a really good game to do something different. I'm not going to say what you can do. Trick Room, I will mention in passing, but it didn't work one week, so it might not work again. Maybe it's just something I'm not used to using. But really, really hone in on your skill of being able to do something this week that could actually win you the game. Because Rochester easily wins this because you haven't been playing up. Rochester has some things like a Steel type as well. That is Magnet Zone, can trap Hidden Power Fire things or just Hidden Power Ground just in case of Heatran. Has things like Rotom Wash, which is a pretty good brain, I would say, once Ferrothorn's dead. Even having things like Heat Wave, Zapdos, or Sphere Raikou, or Leaf Storm other Rotom, but obviously can't bring both Rotoms. This is a very easy game for you to win. You have the tools in front of you, and I'm really, really praying that I'm wrong. But I have to get to Rochester. Okay, this could be their second win of the season because of you. Win. That's all you have to do, Blue. That's all you have to do. I might not be believing in you, but you definitely have the chance to do it this week. And I pray that you do it. For Tori, at least. Maybe not for me, but for Tori, maybe. But guys, we're going to end it off here. Obviously, you didn't get last week's video, unfortunately, but all the replays will be in the description. I'll make sure to do it. every single replay from last week and this week. Well, yeah. Last week being week 5 and then this week being week 6. And that's going to do it for me and Tori, obviously. If you guys like this, leave a like, comment, and subscribe today. And this has been the Monotype Battle Association Week 6 review and Week 7 preview. I am your Commissioner Incognegro Monroe, joined by Tori.
Bye-bye.
And we'll talk to you guys later.